Hello everyone, welcome to my bold and beautiful now channel. As always, this time I have appeared with the mysterious soap opera, so don't delay, like and subscribe now and stay tuned.
Ridge walks in on Brooke and Nick, and Luna vows to make Steffi sorry. At Forrester, Nick gazes at Brooke. "You are Brooke Logan, and you are amazing." They kiss. The Brooke that Hope caught moping late at night in the office bemoaning her destiny couldn't have envisioned all the turbulence about to upend her life barely hours later, but it's already upon her, Ines. Bold and beautiful's bedroom blonde looks on the cusp of finding herself in more than a bit of a bind, in which she'll learn that timing really is everything. Breaking free from the makeout session, Brooke gasps. Nick chuckles. "Well, we know that still works." Brooke tells Nick she's delighted to see him, but she's a little perplexed. Nick asks her to fill him in on what occurred with her and Ridge. Brooke confesses it was about the takeover. She was trying to gain the company back and he felt deceived. Nick guesses that's when he ran back to Taylor like he always does. Does she truly want this caveman? "Do you want to be happy?" She says, yes. Nick asks if she wants a man who treats her with kindness and respect, one who will love her and only her. At the Forrester mansion, Ridge kisses Taylor, who points out he didn't answer her question. Ridge groans, "You want to know how I feel about Brooke." Taylor finds out Brooke made another play for him before he came home. Ridge will always care about Brooke, but he's in love with Taylor and isn't going anywhere. "My future is with you." Taylor wants to make sure he's being honest with himself. She knows he believes what he's saying, but Brooke's not letting him go. She appears to think if she fights hard enough, she'll get him back. Ridge asks what she wants him to do. "Talk to me." Ridge asks Taylor if she's happy. She is. She never managed they'd be back together. Brooke has always come between them. Ridge thinks she'll find someone new, but Taylor's not so sure. She pledges not to let her get between them. Ridge assures her he's right there with her and he's not leaving, but he needs to go back to work. Taylor assures him she has faith in them and in him. They kiss. At the beach school, Hayes informs Steffi they studied about seaweed. Across the room, Liam tells Finn he's delighted he's taking the threat from Luna so seriously. Finn's sleeping with a baseball bat by the bed. Liam has to know he has a plan after he's. Outside, Luna watches them via binoculars. Finn gives Liam his word that he will never let anything happen to Steffi and the kids. Steffi joins them and advises them not to waste time talking about Luna. Liam agonizes that all he can think about is Hayes and Kelly and how clueless they are to the threat Luna offers. Hayes stares out the window and Luna observes him with a nasty gaze. Steffi tells Hayes that Electra is going to take him up today. He's excited. They express their love. Across the room, Liam assures Finn he's not condemning him as a spouse or father. Finn appreciates his care about Steffi and the kids, but he doesn't want him to stress. Liam just gets a feeling he can't shake. They should be terrified out. Outside, Luna watches and flashes to Steffi telling her not to call Hayes her half-brother and to stay away. She grinds her teeth in fumes. Finn and Liam go over Luna having no rational reasoning at all. Finn has to be terrified of his own daughter. The teacher and the rest of the kids file in and Finn asks if everything went well with the first day. She says yes and thanks Liam again for the use of the house until their new facility is ready. Hayes thanks Liam too. Liam assures him there's nothing he wouldn't do for Hayes and his mom and dad. As Liam, Steffi, and Finn leave, Luna keeps watch. Hayes Liam B&B. Back at the Cliff House, Steffi, Finn, and Liam chuckle over the kids at the beach school. Finn thanks Liam again for the use of the beach house. Liam's glad to feel he's making an impact. Finn says Hayes views him as an uncle. Liam's chuffed. It helps to focus on people he cares about. But he can't seem to find peace if he thinks Luna's going to keep lurking around. At the beach school, Hayes answers the teacher's question about sand. Outside, Luna watches the kid and grins. "You want to keep me away from my father, Steffi? You'll be sorry." Luna B&B. At Forrester, Brooke tells Nick that the thought of living her life without Ridge is unthinkable. Nick knows she doesn't know who she is without Forrester. His ego wants to keep her under his thumb, and it's not fair. What if she's wrong about Ridge being her destiny? What if her destiny is standing right there in front of her? Nick tells Brooke he believes in destiny. There's a reason he wound up there 20 years ago. It's her, the woman he can't get out of his system. Wherever he goes, she's in his heart. He's a man of integrity and commitment. They've committed to each other before. They reminisce about their wedding on the Shady Marlin. Nick tells her, "And here we are now. I came here to tell you that I want you back in my life." But she has to be able to say she's ready to put Ridge in the past. "If you say that, I promise it will happen." Suddenly, Ridge walks in and growls, "Nick Marone. What are you doing here?" Nick tells him, "We were just talking about you." At Forrester Creations, tensions are boiling just beneath the surface, and Brooke Logan finds herself torn between the past she can't seem to let go of and the possibility of a different future. Nick Marone, her once lover and source of both comfort and chaos, appears in her office with that familiar smirk and a glimmer in his eyes that immediately unravels her emotional restraint. "You are Brooke Logan, and you are amazing," he whispers, pulling her into a kiss that catches her off guard. Brooke, who only hours earlier was brooding in the office alone, questioning her destiny with Ridge, didn't expect the curveball fate had thrown her. The arrival of Nick has already shaken the ground beneath her feet. The quiet, lonely Brooke that Hope found earlier, questioning whether her lifelong belief in destiny was just a fantasy, is nowhere to be seen. Instead, she's now caught up in a moment of reckless abandon, kissing a man who once made her feel seen, heard, and, most importantly, chosen. Nick's kiss ignites more than just passion, it reignites old doubts. As they break apart, Brooke breathes heavily, momentarily overwhelmed. "Well, we know that still works," Nick chuckles, his voice laced with nostalgia and mischief. Brooke laughs nervously, still surprised to see him. She's happy, relieved, even, but also wary. Nick asks about Ridge, and the floodgates open. She confesses it all, the betrayal Ridge felt over the takeover attempt, how he retreated, predictably, to Taylor's arms, and how she's once again been left behind, cast as the villain in Ridge's love triangle. Nick isn't surprised. He's heard this story before, lived it even. "Do you really want this caveman?" he asks bluntly. "Do you want to be happy?" The question hits Brooke like a gust of wind. She hesitates, then nods. "Yes." Nick leans in. "Then maybe it's time to stop chasing a man who keeps choosing someone else." Across town, at the Forrester mansion, Ridge is deep in conversation with Taylor, trying to convince her that his future is with her. They share a kiss, but Taylor's not fully at ease. "You didn't answer my question," she says, needing more than vague promises. Ridge sighs, knowing the name Brooke hovers between them like a ghost. He admits Brooke made another plea before he came home. He cares about her, but insists he's in love with Taylor. "I'm not going anywhere," he says firmly. Taylor, however, is wise enough to see through romantic declarations. She knows Ridge believes his words, but also knows Brooke, her tenacity, her belief in destiny, and her refusal to let go. "She's not going to stop," Taylor says softly. Ridge assures her that he won't let Brooke come between them, not this time. They kiss again, but an uneasiness lingers in the air. Meanwhile, at the beach school, young Hayes is bubbling with excitement, telling Steffi about learning seaweed facts. Inside the classroom, Finn and Liam talk gravely about Luna. Liam, ever the skeptic and now increasingly protective, is relieved Finn is taking the threat seriously, so seriously, in fact, that he's sleeping with a baseball bat beside the bed. Outside, Luna lurks with binoculars, seething with rage and envy. Watching Finn and Liam discuss her like a criminal only fuels her bitterness. Inside, Hayes stares out the window, sensing something off. Luna's gaze zeroes in on him with an eerie intensity. Steffi tries to shut down the conversation. "Let's not waste time talking about Luna," she warns. But Liam can't help it. The thought of Luna being anywhere near Hayes or Kelly drives him to the edge. "She's dangerous," he insists. Luna, still eavesdropping, flashes back to Steffi's command, "Don't ever call Hayes your half-brother. Stay away from my family." The memory burns, and Luna grits her teeth. Steffi will regret those words, she vows it. Later, at the Cliff House, Liam, Finn, and Steffi try to enjoy a moment of peace. They laugh about the beach school kids, and Finn thanks Liam again for offering up the beach house. Liam's just happy to feel useful. Finn mentions that Hayes sees Liam like an uncle, a comment that clearly touches him. Still, peace is fleeting. Liam confesses he can't rest easy knowing Luna is out there, unhinged and unpredictable. Back at the school, Hayes is answering a question about sand when Luna steps out of the shadows, muttering to herself. "You want to keep me away from my father, Steffi? You'll be sorry." Her obsession with family and revenge is now fully unchained. And at Forrester, Brooke and Nick's conversation continues with even more raw emotion. Brooke admits that the idea of a life without Ridge is unimaginable. Nick, not unkindly, calls her out. "You don't even know who you are without him, without that name, that identity." He believes Ridge's ego is the only reason he keeps stringing her along. Nick shifts the conversation to something deeper. What if her destiny was never Ridge? What if it's him, Nick, the man who's always been in her heart whether she admitted it or not? He recalls their wedding on the shady Marlin, the promises, the passion, the possibility. "I want you back in my life," he declares. But he's clear, this can't be a rebound. Brooke has to mean it. "If you're ready to put Ridge in the past, I'm here. But you have to say it. Out loud." Just as Brooke opens her mouth to respond, the door bursts open. "Ridge." His voice is tight with fury, his eyes locked on Nick. "Nick Marone. What are you doing here?" The room freezes. Nick calmly replies, "We were just talking about you." Tension ripples like electricity. Brooke stares between the two men, her past, her present, her possible future, all colliding in one messy, emotional explosion. And just like that, everything changes.